Uh, Hello everyone, this is Lee from Hong Kong, and my name is Eric. And I started as a YouTuber in Hong Kong since 24th. I think if my memory is correct, since 24th of March of this year. And my mother tongue is Cantonese. It's a dialect of in Hong Kong in China. We belong to China. I try not to talk about too much about the relationship of Hong Kong and China. And anyway, Hong Kong is inside China in a Canton province, and we have been using our parent, our grandparent, they have been using Cantonese. So our mother tongue is Cantonese, and I can speak Cantonese native. And but since around very young, I think I've around 10 years old around, I was from I study in not Japan, I study in Macau. Preaching Middle School is a famous school with I gone through the kindergarten and primary school, and then when I reached secondary school when I was 13, and then actually we started to study some Mandarin, 普通话. And then at 1985, I moved back because I was born in Hong Kong because my parents work in the casino. So we were living in Macau since I was 13. That was 1985, and then we moved back to Hong Kong, and then I joined a mid secondary school named KCC. So we call it KCC. Is at the mountainside of North Point at Fortress Hill up there, and then we also it is some unique because most of the secondary school in Hong Kong, we are either using English or Cantonese, and that KCC was combined and made by Taiwanese or mainland Chinese. And then in the history or in the Chinese topics or the Chinese history, they use Mandarin to teach us. But anyway, we have been using Mandarin like 30 or more than 40 years. We are familiar with Mandarin, but we are not native in Mandarin. Okay, this is my first second language, but at the same time, we start we started to learn English since we were kindergarten, A, B, C, D. We also using for like 40 or 50 years of English, so I can speak. I do not say fluent, but we can say whatever we want. Even a lot of vocabulary or sentence or phrase or grammar is messed up, but anyway, I can speak. um, I didn't use English to do in my YouTube because I just started around since, as I just mentioned, I started YouTube for March. Now it's December. It means that from about 9 months ago, um, I have been targeting the Japan market because I consider Japan they have a very popular in YouTube, and then I am Hong Kongese, is a Chinese, and I know Japanese, and I have been studying and using Japanese for more than 30 years, and I worked past 25 years as a salesman, sales manager, assistant manager, sales engineering, whatever. In those 25 years, I I worked more than 10. I've been working more than 10 Japanese companies, and I think it's also more than around 10 different business field like finance, electronics, stainless steel, and retail, design, and food, restaurant, as well as those trading house like Mitsubishi and Itochu, and a specialist trading house like Nippon Steel. And this topic, I try to say something about Nippon Steel because it's still um, um, very highly related to why I started as a YouTuber and what I have been telling and trying to say something in my own channel about Nippon Steel, this company. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not very sure, but anyway, I try to do and say something in my own channel to fight back something. I know this is almost impossible, but mission impossible. This is why I have been so tough for past 8 months, and I really want to talk about Nippon Steel in this chapter. Please sit tight, and I'm going to talk about it. Okay. I started to work at Nippon Steel at 2011, 2011 to 2014. That was actually is only 2 years and a half. At that time, they called it Nitetsu Shoji. Nitetsu Shoji. This is because Nippon Steel at 2014 they merged with Sumikin. There is our mother company was Shin-Nitetsu, and they merged with another biggest steel manufacturer in Japan called Sumikin. Sumikin. So they merged together, and then in 2014 they lay off four staffs in Hong Kong, and I was one of them. And after that, completed 4 years, um, Nippon Steel with me, and we didn't have any. We almost have nothing, no any connection, no relationship. But of course, some colleagues that we knew, we still have a group like we chit chat or every years have in Chinese New Year, in Christmas, and then we say hi and then we some shit in it, and then to keep the relationship. And suddenly around 3 years ago, the name has already changed to from Nippon Steel, and then changed to Nippon Steel Sumikin, and lately, past a couple of years, the names had changed to Nitetsu Busan. Nitetsu Busan is also in English we call it Nippon Steel, and I was invited again to come back this company since the May and 2021. It is exactly around 3 years ago. I was asked by my former boss, and he was the second boss at 12 years ago, and he became the first, almost the first boss as a local staff in Hong Kong, and he was a GM, and then he asked me back to join the team because he said they wanted to do some bigger project, and they're actually nearly already 60 years old, and I'm still 52, and then they said we have a chance to work together, and then we go to the end of it, and you can try your best, and then you can, as a sales manager, coming back, and then after a couple of years, if you are good enough, then you can sit in my, you can go up like to be a general manager, and then you can make 100,000 per month. Everything he talked to me, and then I still remember very clear. But unluckily, the construction business and the sales of the steel material, we sell to stockers, and then we also foreign some projects. And as you should know, the worldwide and also Hong Kong, the economic, the necessary or the need of the steel material is getting down. At the same time, say from China, they have since 10 years ago, actually already more than 90% of the steel material, all type of material, steel material is imported from China. And they have too many steels, they have too many material. They come to Hong Kong from time to time. And mostly, and we heard that a lot of, maybe more than 50% of the steel manufacturer in China is losing money. But I also is like heard, it's like common sense that they do not really consider make money or not, but the priority is make sure, or for example, each factory, the steel manufacturer, they have to make the efficiency or the productivity must be have like 70%, 75%, or 80%, something like that. So they have to produce, keep the factory running, and hiring the people, feeding them, something like that. But by this kind of business behavior, then at the same time you should know, or we heard that something like from the China government, they must have some compensations, or if your China material exported to somewhere, and then the government may return some certain percentage of rebate to the manufacturer. This is what we common sense, and we heard about it, but I'm not very sure. Anyway, let me just get back to what I trying to say is after 7 years I was invited and come back to Nippon Steel again, and exactly around 1 years ago, there was something happened of my senior, and let me see how to describe it. um he is being investigated by Hong Kong ICAC, but our company name is not released by the newspaper or ICAC. But the name of we maybe there is some confidential things I try not to say. But anyway, he's in trouble, and then I was kicked out at this 15th of March. And the Japanese boss just mentioned about, hey, because our Hong Kong office is not making profit, so we need to lay off some people in order to make the Hong Kong office running. But at that time, exactly at this March, when I was being kicked out suddenly, and they just compensate me 1 month more, and they kick me out, something like that. And that's why past 8 months I've been very, very struggling, including myself and my family, my son and my wife. And they describe like that, but I actually consider, and there was three a senior. They have been working at Nippon Steel for more than 25 years, 28 years. Some manager, some DGM from China, he's a Japanese, and some people who work for uh, finance, GM for this company before, and then they always, three of them also comment me, hey Eric, that doesn't have enough reason to kick you out because of the company losing money. But just they lose money, I think, is a couple of months at around maybe this year from December to January or February, losing 300,000, 100,000, blah, blah, blah. While we knew that this company, because we have been doing like 40 years, 40 years in Hong Kong, and then we have a very strong base in here. This part I'm not very sure, but I was being commented that that was not a very good reason to kick me out. So it directly connect me that because my senior was being investigated by Hong Kong government, so this may be related with his case. So by that, maybe he talked with some certain amount, few person of the important role of the Japanese, and then they make decisions to kick me out. And then it can make their whole case to look better, or after the case being investigated, it maybe have something advantages or benefit for them, and then they sacrifice me and sacrifice my family, because I had a very well, not very, but very well income and with the bonus system while I was working for Nippon Steel the past 3 years. And they suddenly kick me out with that, the economy is going to turn down. Everybody know that economy is going down, but why me? And then I was trying very best to find another. After 1 month, at around April, I found a mainland Chinese company. They doing the rental of the AWP. That's something like the, is it called ethereal? There's some people work at a machine. They can move you to like a scissor machine or cherry picker. The people working at more than 4 meters to 28 meters, and then they stand there and then do some works at their AWP machine. And then after that, that company was also quite cheeky. After their probation, they set up at 6 months, not 3 months as usual. And after I worked for 3 months, they said they comment my sales is not enough. Then I could not pass my probations. And after that, another 1 month, I found a local Hong Kong company. It's a small company. They're doing the second hand, the Japanese excavator business for sales and rental. And also after 2 months and 10 days around, they said, "Oh, Eric, you could not find any business to this company, so we kick you out." Something like that. I could not pass another probations. So from November, I've been like a jobless, and then I just did a couple of times of the double dishes to help my friends. He have a small shops of double dishes now, and I helped him for a few days, and I had another job interview, one from German company, one from another Japanese company. I also failed of it, and then I also using the 3 to 5 agents, and they holding some a job interview, but a couple of it already no chance to go to have the job interview. And at the same time, by the end of November, I felt like the oil market is slow down, and so that is in I mean in overall to trying to get a job is really really difficult. Even I dropped down my expectation of my salary, like go down to 20,000. 20,000 Hong Kong dollars actually is like my salary was 20 years ago. But the percent the market is really bad. It's still like the trend is going down, and so I, for very honest to say, if I could work for another company, I'm safe and I was okay, I won't make this video because of this layoff by Nippon Steel. So I try to make another noise in this period. My point is very clear. I hope they can compensate me more. They can compensate me more for what they did on me. I never know. I would never know the real layoff reason, but they just said economy is bad, and then we need to lay off you, something like that. It may be true, or but because I do not believe it, I do not trust it. So in between this past 6 months to 8 months, I also sent 3 times compensation letters in English and Japanese to our Japan site through their homepage, and once through the LinkedIn, I also send a Japanese claim the company email to them. But of course, those giant companies, they don't give a shit on you. And then I don't know my email, my company email, my voice could reach which area. Maybe at the very outside side, or they kick it out, they just dispose it, they cancel it, or they delete it. It will never go to the law department, go to the HR department, or to the boss. So at the same time, you should know that a couple of months ago, the Nippon Steel Japan, they are going to spend like how much is it? 149 billion USD to purchase US Steel. So it made me more mad, you know. This company, the Nippon Steel, is fucking rich, but they could do something to the local staff like this. What I just mentioned about in past 10 minutes, you could imagine. This company is fucking rich, but uh, how could they do this such things for me? One senior staff screw up something. Of course, these cases still present in still being investigated by Hong Kong ICAC. We do not know my former senior is guilty or not, but he is being investigated. And why? Why me? And this company is really, really rich. Why they do not? They try not to protect me and my family, but they just kick me out in such dirty way in same day and compensate you just only 1 month, a little bit more. In the past 8 months, I tell you, me and my family like working in hell. We are living in hell because we don't have job, we don't have income, we don't have saving, and two jobs I tried very hard also could not get business from around. So I still have something very a lot of things there. I also tried to send a letter to U.S. the Steel Associations about this. I try to say Nippon Steel may be stupid, maybe silly, or maybe they try to do something that they want because they should consider if they could not purchase US Steel, their future would be bye bye sayonara. But at the same time, they could treat their overseas staff like that. They find me, they kicked me out at 12 years ago. 7 years didn't contact anything, and suddenly asked me back 3 years ago. And in 3 years' time, they kicked me out again a second time. And while this was something maybe dirty, I'm not sure, is being investigated by Hong Kong government. Why they kick me out? Am I like a rubbish, like a ball that they like to ask me back, they kick me out, and then after 7 years, 7 years. So in past 10 years, this company kicked me out 2 times with their own reason. And the first time, it was really fucking funny and ridiculous. I also heard that the first time, the Japan Nippon Steel side, they only need actually they lay off 3 persons from Hong Kong office. I was the fourth one, also being indicated and like sent like a bonus by the one by my senior. Exactly, he is in being investigated. So you know what I mean? You understand my meaning? I was being kicked out by the same people, same company 2 times in 10 years. So what is going on in this company? What's going on in this guy? I have nothing I could do. I just want the mother company can compensate me a little bit more to survive my family. It has been like hell past 8 months because I lost this job with some unclear reasons. So I use this my own channel to talk about this. I don't know my voice and my video can be reached. How many can I reach to the United States or the US Steel or the US Steel champion? Not champion, the associations. And I'm not trying to say that Nippon Steel after the purchase of company they will kick you out like me. Just give you a little bit money and then ask you die or survive or not. Not fucking my business. Not my fucking business. It may happen. If it happened in Hong Kong, how come it won't happen in the United States? In United States, this is my warning, and this is what I concern. Okay, You can directly send me anything to ask for these things. For more details, anything. Thank you very much. This is Lee from Hong Kong.